Hello, I'm Hilary Gwilliam and I'm Category Manager at City and Guilds. I work in the Maths and English team and I'm involved with functional skills qualifications. Functional skills are really important qualifications, both for adults and for young people. They provide an opportunity to learn to apply the essential skills of Maths, English and ICT at work, at home and in future study. Functional skills fit into a number of different programmes of learning. They're an important part of apprenticeships. They're critical to study programmes, and you see them underpinning a number of other programmes, for example our TechBack. eFunctional Skills is an online teaching and learning platform that complements our functional skills qualifications. It's available from Entry 3 to Level 2 and takes learners all the way from initial and diagnostic assessment through to exam readiness. It can be used anywhere at any time, providing there's access to the internet, so this could make your delivery a bit more efficient. Let's dive in and have a look.
Firstly, let's show you how eFunctional Skills works from a learner's perspective, briefly taking you through their online journey. And then secondly, from a tutor's perspective, to give you a clear understanding of how to navigate the platform and highlight its key functions. So, we're presently logged in as a learner. When a learner logs in, this is the intuitive home dashboard, which highlights their latest work. This gives learners visibility to three key areas: lessons, to-do list, and how am I doing? The to-do list is where the learner will be doing the majority of their work and ensures they're never unsure about what to work on next. When a learner logs in, the system will automatically assign them the initial assessment. This appears as the very first task for the learner to complete and works out which level the learner is currently working at and therefore what level they need to work towards. Once the learner completes that, a relevant diagnostic assessment is automatically generated into the to-do list, which will identify their strengths and weaknesses. Once the learner has completed the diagnostics, the system will then automatically generate the learner's individual learning plan, or ILP. The learner's individual learning plan will include resources and end-of-chapter assessments. These tasks also appear in the learner's to-do list. All learning resources are also displayed in the dynamic learning area, which contains all resources and is always available to the learner for revision purposes or additional learning. Here we can see the range of modules and interactive resources available to learners. Resources are split into 4 categories: the introduction lesson, the explanation lesson, the worked example lesson, and finally, tasks. Once the learner has completed the relevant lessons and tasks and the end-of-chapter assessments, they should have sufficiently built up their confidence to be ready to sit the City and Guilds sample assessments before sitting their final test on Evolve. The How Am I Doing section is where a learner can monitor their own test results by clicking on View My Reports, where they'll be able to view a thorough breakdown of how well they're doing. Finally, the Lessons area is where a tutor will be able to send across additional lesson resources via the Lesson Builder tool. These are over and above the automated, individualised learning plan lessons that appear in the to-do list so that you can provide a learner with personalised extra support on areas they're struggling in. That's a quick overview of the learner journey. Now we'll log in as a tutor to show you how you would navigate the platform. When logging in as a tutor, you will arrive at this home dashboard, giving you visibility of 4 key areas. The first area we're going to look at is groups. You can add students onto the system by clicking the Manage Students tab. You will then be able to provide the learner with a username and a password. You will also be able to manage individuals into groups here too. The second area we'll look at is teaching and learning resources, which is this main area where you can gain access to our different subject licenses. We presently have resources for functional English, maths and ICT. We have also recently added vocational top-ups. These are a range of contextualised functional skills resources which help learners understand concepts from the construction, care and hair and beauty sectors. As a tutor, you will also have access to all of our teaching and learning resources, which you'll need when using the Lesson Builder tool. Let's now look at latest lessons. This gives you access to the Lesson Builder tool. Lesson Builder gives teachers the option to craft tailored learning resources and integrate them as additional resources, especially if there's areas that a learner is struggling in their individualised learning plan. Resources can be flexibly created from a combination of your own or existing materials in the platform. To add your own resources, click on Upload Resource and add your own web links via WebLink. You can also add specific module resources into your Lesson Builder by clicking on the relevant blue plus icon within the Teaching and Learning resources. Your resources can then be shared with a learner or a group of learners by selecting the Share icon, or can be exported as a VLE pack. The final area we will look at is Test and Assessments. Here, you can check how learners performed on their initial and diagnostic assessments. There are also a few other key sections here, including the Test Report section, which is where you can download a report for a group or an individual learner. You'll be able to clearly see how learners are performing by using the red, amber, and green RAG system. Click on a learner's name to identify what tests they've completed and how they've performed via the Reports tab. You will also be able to view what resources and tests the learner has left to do via the To Do tab. If you click Export as a Word document, you'll get detailed feedback on how that learner is performing within each topic area. Assign Tests is where you can assign the end-of-chapter assessments, which will appear in the Learner's To Do tasks list. The system does automatically mark the majority of questions. However, you will still have some marking to do, and this will appear here in the marking area. If you would like to go into more detail on specific areas of the platform, please visit www.cityandguilds.com/efunctionalskills. Click on Skills Support and you'll be able to download 2 useful user guides.
Thanks from all of us at City and Guilds for taking an interest in our digital learning resources. If you want to find out a bit more, why not contact our digital sales team using the information that follows.